I think the game Sunday is still at Arrowhead, so I just read that it got turned into a Sunday night game. So 7 p.m. Sunday would be in that thing. Shouldn't be too much of a challenge. It's the Steelers, you know. So hopefully we do what we do and keep it moving forward and make it to the next round. Um, Also today, I seen that KCPS got their accreditation restored. I'm so excited for them and just for that school district, those children that attend those schools. This is great news for them, receiving their accreditation back. It's been a while, since Kansas City School District lost their accreditation. Just all the students working hard to get those, the levels and stuff back up to where they were able for accreditation. So I just want to say I'm very, very, happy about that. And just, kudos to the school districts. I know Tyrone is a Kansas City School District teacher, and we have a couple of teachers and things here on KUAW. So definitely shout out to them for getting that done. Let's see what else here. I know what I want to talk about, and what I want to talk about is going to take, probably most of this half and the next half. With the new year and everything, everyone, we just went through the holiday season. Me personally, I'm glad it's over. I don't celebrate holidays though anyway though, but I enjoy the time off of work. I enjoy the time with my family. Like, it's just, it's a lot. I really enjoy it. So hope everyone had a good holiday season, if that's, what you choose to embrace in. I'm sorry, y'all, I got this iPad over here going too, so I can see the comments and stuff. But yes, so definitely excited about that. And what I was gonna say was, let me put the phone down. So what I was gonna say was, going into this new year, right? We know 2020 was hard, with the introduction of the COVID virus. I say the introduction because it ain't went nowhere. Matter of fact, they just released a new variant. Okay, okay, I'm gonna come back to that. But so 2021 got a little bit better, a little bit better, for a lot of people, as far as the shutdowns were going, as far as the job security and everything like that was going. We're starting to see it pick up and get better. And then we have all these new variants that come into place. And now it's like we're at the beginning of coronavirus all over again. I'm talking about shutting down schools. I know my job then already sent 2 departments home to work from home. And it's just like, it seems like we're going backwards into we're going back into how 2020 has started off with all these variants and just the how it's going. My thing of it is, though, with the variants, right, is when you take the corona test, how do they know which variant? Like, are they testing for variants now at this point? Like, how do they know which variant you have? Like, oh, you got the Delta. Oh, you got a Maricron, or, you know what I'm saying? And the new one, Flu-Rona, I don't know if that was real or not. The flu mixed with corona, I don't know. It was one I just seen that they were talking about. I forget what the name of it was. They didn't come up with so many names. I think it's the Delta and the Maricron together, or something like that. Everybody getting married and pairing up, the variants pairing up on us and stuff. Nobody said that they can, the virus, I wouldn't think, when they was talking about like the Delta, they were saying they can mutate up to 42 times. I'm like, oh my God, we are never getting rid of corona. Every time we think we gonna get rid of corona, all it's gonna do is mutate into another corona. And then we gonna think we got rid of that corona, it's gonna mutate into another corona. And what I tell you, what we not gonna do is get a shot for every variant. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna do that. Like, they need to get that under control. Can we get a shot that works for all the variants? Like, We not about to be getting no booster shots and all this other kind of stuff every time a new variant come out. Like, that is just ridiculous at this point. And my thing with the vaccine. Now, I think it might have been not gonna do that. Like, they need to get that shot that works for all the variants. Okay. Like, I'm gonna hook up to my Wi-Fi. Not just shots and all this other kind of stuff every time a new variant. So how long has it been since we had the vaccine at this point for the coronavirus? My thing with the vaccine. Now, I'm gonna ask Siri. Hey Siri. That works for all the variants. Okay. Hey Siri. I'm gonna hook up to my Wi-Fi. Not is Siri answering me on the computer, on the phone, and so how long has it been since we had the vaccine? Okay. Are we up? Vaccine. Okay, yeah. Okay. It won't tell me how long we didn't had the vaccine, but I think it came in like what? I don't know. Y'all know, people who got it, y'all know how long it's been out. I think it's probably been about a year now. Okay, so a year. So we didn't have this vaccine for a year. And don't get me wrong, y'all know, y'all pull up old Truth Be Told and everything like that. I am not vaccinated. You know how I feel about the vaccine, but I actually was considered getting the vaccine. And the reason that I was considered getting the vaccine was due to travel, because I don't want to be stuck in the country. And if I leave the country, I don't want to be stuck out the country, you know? So I was thinking like, okay, maybe I'll get this vaccine. But then I started to realize that a lot of people with the vaccine are still getting coronavirus. Some of them still hospitalized for coronavirus. So now I'm like, oh, now this mug acting like the flu vaccine. They know, say every time you get the flu vaccine, you get the flu. So now it's like you get the corona vaccine, you get corona, some variant of it, you know. You can still spread it. That's just like it's a cruise ship. I don't know if this cruise ship is still stuck, but it was a cruise ship that was stuck. They wasn't coming back because 92 some people on the ship tested positive for coronavirus. First of all, you have to be vaccinated to get on a cruise. They don't even let you on the cruise if you are not vaccinated. There are no unvaccinated people on the cruise. So how did the coronavirus get on the cruise ship? Someone was vaccinated and still had the coronavirus and still was able to spread it. And then all these people that were vaccinated, almost 100 people still caught coronavirus. That's why they out there stuck right now in the middle of the ocean, because they, you know. And I'm just like, so it don't make sense. Like, why are they pushing this vaccine so much if it's not really working? Like, we really have no proof that it's working. They don't have no proof that it's working. Y'all leave the comments. Y'all comment down below and let me know if you're vaccinated, if you think it's working. If you know, I'm just saying, because it's like, now don't get me wrong. I am out of my, you know, we know the coronavirus is real. That we do know. We know that coronavirus causes complications, especially in people who have prior conditions that could cause death. You know, I've been on the other end of that. RIP to my cousin. And, you know, it's just, it's such a, it's like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Like, what is gonna happen? You know, and I'm just like, how are we gonna get out of this? How are we gonna, and it's just so messed up, because the people that put this into play, you know, I don't think that when they were cooking up this virus, I don't think that they thought it was gonna do what it's doing. You know, I don't think that they really planned for it to be as big as it really is, for it to be as, a global pandemic as much as it's been. Like, we're almost 2 years into this thing. We're almost 2 years in to the coronavirus. And so it's like, everybody just stay in the house. I'm almost like, just quarantine everybody for 2 weeks. Shut everything down. Everything shut down. Don't nobody leave their house. Spray the cities with Lysol. Like they be having them helicopters just sitting there sprayed with everything. Like, we gonna have to do something different. Deep clean everything. Like, I don't know what it is that we gonna have to do, but we gonna have to do something totally different, or this has definitely become our new norm. Now, one variant of the coronavirus, I will say, the last one, the Omicron, everybody call it a Marianne, but the Omicron, that must sound just like the symptoms off the NyQuil bottle. It was like sneezing, runny nose, feet, like, I don't know, it sounds like a cold. And it's like, that must sound like it could be treated with NyQuil. Like, okay, this is ridiculous. This is going on. I just think it's going on way too long. I think that, I don't know. Look, my hands, I will show y'all my hands. Y'all probably can't see them, but I've been sanitizing it up because I was at a conference this past weekend, and they still having these type of things. They still have sports games and everything like that. I live in Texas. You're not even required to wear a mask, and wherever you go. I don't think the masks really do anything anyway. Like, I feel like if you're gonna get it, you're gonna get it whether you had on a mask or not. If you are around someone that has it, or if you're whatever. I don't think the mask is really stopping anything at this point. The mask ain't stopping nothing. The vaccine ain't stopping nothing. I mean, the only thing that's really going to stop something is staying 6 feet away from people, making sure you got your hand sanitizer and washing your hands. And if you're sick, stay at home. That's the biggest thing. Like, if you're sick, stay at home. Why would you put other people in danger? Like, why? And you never know what someone is dealing with. You never know what kind of underlying conditions they have or anything like that. But you sneezing and nose running and all kind of stuff, you ain't been feeling good, but you gonna come to the restaurant or whatever. Like, no, if you sick, stay at home. At this point, I don't care what you think you got. I don't care if it's allergies. If you're sick, stay at home. Okay. But anyway, so what I want to talk about, I'm gonna have to take a break. So let me make sure I still got 10 minutes. Or 12. So, my phone about to die. Sorry, I need this phone. Okay. So, we going into this new year, right? We went through 2020, kind of like found ourselves because we were locked in the house. So we had to do a lot of self-reflection. We had an opportunity to, just really learn ourselves, what it is that we like to do. Things like that. Excuse me. I promise every time I get on here, I start yawning. It's crazy. But yeah, and then 2021, we got a chance to really kind of implement the things that we learned about ourselves. Got back out the house. A lot of people started businesses and got to explore that and things like that. But a lot of people probably use this time to kind of do nothing. You do have a lot of people like that because you got a lot of people going to jail for these PPP loans too now. That's another thing. People's out here being lazy, getting them PPP loans, unemployment fraud, just not trying to go to work because they wanted the extra money and all kinds of things like that. So a lot of people got, what's the word that I want to use? I don't know. I can't think of it, but a lot of people got okay with being at a certain level, just being comfortable, uncomfortably in uncomfortable situations, I guess. And I feel like it was the perfect time for me to talk about comfort zones on the show today. So I had, and you know what? I'm gonna put this little chart in the comments too, just in case you guys didn't catch it, because if it lets me, I'm gonna try to see. I don't know if it lets me put pictures in here. No, not gonna let me. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, it's not gonna let me. Okay, I was gonna try to put it in there, but it's not gonna let me do it. I didn't know you couldn't put pictures in the comments. Okay, well, I'll post it on my page later. And I might have them posted on the KUAW page just for future reminders, or if I try to go do it later. But let me pull it up for myself, because I really do want to talk about it. And so, and I don't know if I'm be able to show you guys. I might be able to. Let's see. No, you ain't gonna be able to see it. I'm trying to do it with the camera. But I had this little map, right? And it's talking about comfort zone. So you have this comfort zone. It's where you feel safe and where you feel in control, right? So it's like, I am comfortable with my situation. I'm comfortable with just like everything, that's happening in life. If you feel content, that's the word I was looking for. If you're just feeling real content with everything that you're doing right now, you're not really setting goals, you're not really you just, these more comfort zones that I think about, you're just okay with going to work, coming home, cooking dinner, taking care of the kids, going to sleep, going to work, coming home, taking care of the kids, or, cooking dinner, taking care of the kids, going to sleep, going to work, coming home, cooking dinner, taking care of the kids, go to sleep, going to work, coming home, taking care of the kids, go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're just okay and comfortable with your cycle, and you get real content in your cycle, right? It's like you don't really strive to add anything to your cycle. You don't really strive to change, anything about your cycle. Now, you can be unhappy, depressed, anxious, all these type of things. People on your job get on your nerves, but yet you still going up to the job day in and day out, because why? You got to pay the bills, right? You got to take care of the kids, right? So you're not really trying to do all else. You're just doing basically what you feel like you have to do. You're doing what you feel like it is that you should be doing, not really thinking that there's more that you can be doing, or something different that you could be doing that may bring you more happiness. See, and it's crazy because I had a memory come up today that I did last year from a photo show that I did last year. And I had on this little, put on this little board, and it's happiness is an inside job. That's really something that I live by, because we got to understand that happiness is something that's geared towards each individual person. See, what makes me happy is not the same thing that makes you happy, and vice versa. So happiness is an inside job. You might be happy working your 9 to 5, coming home, cooking dinner, taking care of the kids, going to sleep, waking up, and doing the same thing the next day. So if you are happy with that, then to each be its own. There's a lot of people that's not. There's a lot of people that become in a real depressed state, real anxious state, just because of, they feel like they do the same thing every day, day in and day out, kind of like a robot, like moving like a robot or whatever. So it's like they're okay with, doing these things, and they're okay with just doing that. However, if you're not one of those type of people that are just happy with doing the same thing day in and day out, if you're those type of people, a person that may be suffering from depression or anxiety, because it goes both ways, right? So if you're one of those type of paper, I challenge you to just evaluate your life and find out if you're living in your comfort zone, right? Because we have to have the courage to step out of our comfort zone if we want to do something different. If we want to make changes in our lives. See, my goal this year is to become a 6-figure earner, right? But I have to step out of my comfort zone. I can't be comfortable Tbeyb with just doing what it is that I've always been doing, because they have this saying that says if you always do what you've always done, you're going to always get what you always got. So you have to be able, you got to have the courage to do something different. If there's some different changes that you want to make in your life. See, my goal in life is to create generational wealth. I know what I do today is not necessarily capable of creating this wealth that I see in my mind, that I see in my family, that I hold in my heart. These desires that I have. I want to own a Lamborghini one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna be able to do that, like, if I don't step out of my comfort zone. But you have to be able to recognize your comfort zone. You have to be able to recognize if you are living in your comfort zone. That's enough self-evaluation that you have to be able to do yourself, because no one can tell you that you're living in your comfort zone. No one can tell you that, anything like that. They can't tell you that. Only you can tell yourself that. So it takes a lot of self-evaluation and meditation and things like that to even discover if the comfort zone is the zone that you're dwelling in. We're going to talk about 3 more zones once we come back after the break, but this comfort zone is the first one, because it is important to be able to we get content with feeling safe. We get content with being in control, right? Those are the type of things that make you feel like you are basically controlling your life. When you feel safe, when you feel in control of everything that happens. But in that comfort zone, the moment that something happens that you're not in control of, now your zone's all messed up. Now you don't know what to do. Now you're depressed. Now you're anxious. Now, you got all these mental issues that's going on and everything like that, because you got content with being in that comfort zone. So depending on what God wants for you in your life, sometimes God will make your comfort zone uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's probably going to lead us into 2 more minutes. But yeah, sometimes God will make your comfort zone uncomfortable, forcing you to step outside of your comfort zone, because what he has in store for you is outside of your comfort zone. A lot of things that God has in store for us are outside of our comfort zone, but we can't reach them because we're too busy in this circumference of this comfort zone. We can't see it, we can't recognize it, we can't nothing, because all we see is this comfort zone. This small little circle in the middle of this big old circle with all these other zones, right? But we're stuck in the comfort zone. So you have to have courage to step outside your comfort zone. It's never easy. It's not easy to step outside your comfort zone, but you have to have courage for outside of your comfort zone, because you never know what is going to happen to your life, or how your life can change, or how it can actually affect your life once you take that first step outside of your comfort zone. With that, we got to take a break. Like I said, we're gonna I got 3 more zones to discuss before we end, this evening. So take this time we're gonna pay a little bills to our advertisers and things like that. Take this time to like, share, comment this video with your family and friends, and I will be back in 90 seconds.
Morrill and Janes Bank and Trust is proud to sponsor KUAW Radio. At Morrill and Janes Bank and Trust, banking locally ever after is turning your dream into reality. Whether you're looking for your first home or want more space for your growing family, we have the mortgage solution for you. We believe in the importance of home ownership and building strong communities. Visit us at mjbtrc.com to apply online for your mortgage today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Press a tablet and type in KUAW and the show.
Morrill and Janes Bank and Trust is proud to sponsor KUAW Radio. At Morrill and Janes Bank and Trust, banking locally ever after is turning your dream into reality. Whether you're looking for your first home or want more space for your growing family, we have the mortgage solution for you. We believe in the importance of home ownership and building strong communities. Visit us at mjbtrc.com to apply online for your mortgage today. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The source, the source, the source from the inkwell. If it is written, it can be taught. With an open mind, there's always knowledge ready to be caught. I'm Tyrone Gathers Jr., and this show is just for you. This show is just for us. This show is for our community. This show is about the source. What are we reading? What are we learning? And who are we learning it from? The source from the inkwell, where education invades the radio station. The source from the inkwell, Tuesday nights at 6:30.
Hey, Tiff. Okay, and I'm back. So this is the second half of the Truth Be Told. I'm live on Instagram too right now, y'all. So hey, Instagram. So we want to talk about this comfort zone that we've been in. So we basically got everything. If you got this first half of this show, then you basically know how we describe this comfort zone, where you feel safe and where you feel in control. So as I said, there's like 4 zones to this spectrum. So the second one is like right outside of your comfort zone is a fear zone, right? So in your fear zone, it's basically, it says like you're affected by other people's opinion, you find excuses, and you have a lack of confidence. And whatever it is that you're stepping out in your zone of doing, like for instance, say you're not happy with your job, you telling your friends and your family and everything, I'm gonna quit this job and everything. People like, girl, you crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you do that? Or I'm gonna start this business. I want to work for myself. Everyone around you, oh, that'll never work. Or you say, oh, I don't have time to do this, or I don't have time. I don't have the ability. I don't have the money. I don't know. You want to start a podcast, right? I'm not a good public speaker. I'm not, all these different things that we can come up with and on our own, or to talk ourselves out of doing something that we want to do, like our heart desired, or that maybe on our mind, our intuition, however you want to say or want to take it, may be pushing us to do. So we we enter that fear zone. We let a lot of people's opinions of what it is that we're doing affect what it is that we're doing, right? Or affect whether we continue to do something or not, whether we put our all into something or not. Lack of self-confidence is a big one. Self-doubt. A lot of people do not realize how much self-doubt takes a place in our daily lives. Some people probably not may not even realize what self-doubt looks like, you know? Or and I used to read this book, The 5 Second Rule, right? And what I learned from this book, I actually have the book and I have a journal and everything that goes with it. But what I learned with this book, The 5 Second Rule, it's like when you tell your brain that you're going to do something within 5 seconds, your brain counteracts that thought. So if I'm sitting here and I'm saying, I'm going to wash the dishes when I get done with recording this show, my brain gonna say, but you got laundry sitting upstairs. Maybe you should go do that, or maybe you've been working all day. You deserve to sit and have a glass of wine before you do anything. You need to unwind. You know what I'm saying? It's just like all these other thoughts that come after, a thought of what us want to do something, then we automatically, our brain just automatically talks ourselves out of it, right? So with the 5 second rule, it's saying that when you have a thought, if you say, I'm going to get up, I'm going to go wash the dishes, within 5 seconds, you need to move. Like you need to take a step towards what it is you told yourself that you was going to do. That's the same thing when we get into this fear zone, right? We can't let self-doubt and the opinions of others go into what it is that our heart's desires are, what is put in our heart to do, right? So the next zone, because I don't want to run out of time, so I got to keep it moving. The next zone is the learning zone, right? So once you decide to take that step outside of your comfort zone, right? The fear zone kicks in. You 5 second rule yourself out of that. 5 seconds. Y'all gotta get that book. That's a good book. It really is. It's great, really. But you 5 second rule yourself out of that fear zone. So once you let the fears, you put the fears down, right? You ready to step out your comfort. You didn't step out your comfort zone, right? You didn't started the business, right? So you out of that. You then shut out the naysayers. You then shut out even yourself, because yourself could be a naysayer. So you didn't shut out, you know what I'm saying, yourself down and everything like that. So you didn't got all that out. So now you're in the learning zone. So now you're acquiring new skills. You're reading different books that have to do with whatever it is that you're doing. Like I said, me right now, it is wealth. It's building wealth and becoming 6-7 figure earner, right? So you got to acquire new skills, because you can't be the same. You're going to need to develop new skills to go the places that you want to go, because the skills that you have now is where you've been, right? So if you want to go somewhere different, if you want to go somewhere further, you have to acquire new skills. That's why you can never be too old to learn. They say knowledge is infinite. Knowledge is infinite for a reason, because it never stops. You always have to have a sense of acquiring knowledge, of learning. You always have to have that ability of being coachable or teachable. A lot of people feel like they can't nobody tell them nothing. They know everything. There's no way that you can possibly know everything. There's no way. It's not even possible, because knowledge is infinite. It's not even possible to know everything, right? So you definitely can't be that. So you have to be able to be in your learning zone, being teachable, being coachable. You have to acquire new skills. That takes self-discipline. You got to read books. You got to watch podcasts. You might can't binge watch Netflix right now. You can't binge watch Power right now. Like you gotta have to let those things come and do those things later at a different time, because you're in a different zone right now. And when you're in that zone, you have to be able to have the self-discipline to do what it is that you have to do to get to where you want to go. Okay. Mind you, I just told you on the first half, if you always do what you've always done, you're going to always get what you always got. And if you're chasing something different, your lifestyle, whether you want to travel, whether you want more time freedom, financial freedom, whatever it is that you want. Oh, pause, shameless plug right now. Speaking of financial freedom and debt freedom, my company has a 720 challenge that's going on right now. So hop over to 720challenge.org, sign up for that. And yeah, you can win $10,000 towards becoming debt free. So the deadline is January 31st, I believe. So you still got time. Go sign up for that and get on the path to becoming debt free. Now, anyway, so the learning zone, once you get past that fear, it's an extension of your comfort zone, right? Because you can be comfortable in learning new skills. It's just like you just extended your comfort zone. You just made we had this small circle, you just extended the radius couple of feet, right? Once you're in this learning zone, right? And you deal with a lot of challenges and problems in your learning zone as well. As entrepreneurs, I know a lot of entrepreneurs. I know this thing it says it's a flex for your friend to be friends with a group of entrepreneurs, right? So I know a lot of entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship, a lot of people is not fit for entrepreneurship, right? Because entrepreneurship is living your life and doing your life for maybe a couple of years, like most people wouldn't, so that you can become what most people aren't, right? Because like I said, that comfort zone, that contentness is what you see the majority. That's what you see society. They're content. They're living in this comfort zone. Again, work 9 to 5, go home, cook dinner, take care of the kids, go to sleep, do it again, repeat, do it again, repeat. They're cool with that comfort zone, right? They're happy with that. They don't want to, they don't seek to do all else, right? So that comfort zone, but that learning zone too becomes an extension of your comfort zone, right? Because you start to be more in control, you start to feel safe. Once you start acquiring new skills, once you start overcoming obstacles and everything like that, you become more comfortable with your new situation, right? So you're comfortable with, you're able to deal with the problems and the obstacles. I don't like using the word problems. I use obstacles and train in I like also hurdles, but that's because I ran track, right? But obstacles, you learn how to deal with these obstacles more and you get more comfortable. So that's why it's an extension of your comfort zone, because you get more comfortable in the new you. Right? These new skills that you acquired, these obstacles that you're able to get over. Now you're getting more comfortable in the new you. Once you get past that comfort zone, I'm trying to keep tabs on things. But once you get past that learning zone, right? So we didn't have the comfort zone, we didn't have the fear zone, and then we had the learning zone, right? So once you get to that learning zone, the next zone of this thing, and again, if you guys are on my Facebook or on my Instagram, again, go look at my story. I have this chart, this comfort zone chart in my story, so you can see exactly what it is that I'm talking about. Like it, save it, take a screenshot, whatever it is that you need to do, and maybe you can revert to it back to yourself. So when you do your self-evaluations, you're able to analyze what zone that you're living in right now, what zone that you want to get to, and what zone that you may be living in right now, to see what it is that you need to do to expand your goals for 2022. Whatever your goals that you have for 2022, I promise you they're going to require you to step outside of your comfort zone. Shoot, everything with Corona is making us have to step out of our comfort zone. So trust and believe, if you really want to accomplish your goals that you set for yourself or whatever, and if you have not set no goals for yourself, take the time to do that, but and really decide what it is that you want to do for yourself. Really get an ideal of what it is you want to do for yourself and where you want to go and take your life to, right? So again, the next zone is your growth zone. See, in your growth zone, you didn't acquire this new knowledge. Oh, I'm thinking my phone TV. Okay, you didn't acquire this new knowledge. You didn't acquire these new skills. You got this new confidence, this new swag about you because you didn't overcame obstacles. Can't nothing really get you down. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got this new little confidence about you, this new little swag about you, you know? So and it's good. There's nothing wrong with it because when you acquire new skills and you level up in growth as a person, you're supposed to be more confident. You're supposed to be more confident in what it is that you do and who you are because you didn't been through it. You didn't put the work in to become who it is that you are. So there is no reason that you shouldn't be more confident. You should walk around with your head up. You should, it is what it is, and whoever don't like it, they don't like it. They not meant to be in that zone with you, my friend. That's just what it is. But you should have more confidence about yourself. You find a purpose, right? A lot of people are doing things and we don't have no purpose in what it is that we're doing. Like, you got to find something that gives you a purpose in life. Like, why are you doing what it is that you're doing? Why do you sell what you sell? Why do you do what you do? Why is your career your career? Is there a purpose behind it? Is there a divine purpose behind it? Is there a higher purpose behind it, right? So you got to be able to find your purpose. You find your purpose in that growth stage. Once you didn't overcame these fears, you didn't put the work in to acquire the skills to know what it is that you're doing. You didn't went through your learning zone. You didn't overcame obstacles and challenges and things like that. You probably can write a book on it right now, right? I know some people that can write a book. They got stories. They can tell you living in their cars. Like there's things not knowing where their next meal is gonna come from. Like there's challenges that you have went through, but now these people today will sit there and tell you these people multi-million-dollar earners making $1 million a year, making six figures, $100,000 a year. They're living the life that most people don't live, but that's because they're willing to go through the things that most people don't go through. Most people aren't willing to go through. Most people break through, right? Because we be so comfortable in doing the things that make sure we don't have to get there or that we never get there. Or, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are afraid to hit rock bottom. You can't be afraid to hit rock bottom because once you hit rock bottom, there's nowhere to go but to up. Right? There's nowhere to go but up once you're at the bottom. So you gotta let that fear go. You got to know that it's all part of the process. Y'all ever heard the saying, trust the process? Like, you have to trust the process and what it is that you're doing if you want to escape this comfort zone. If you want to live out your dreams, that's the last thing on the chart that it says. It says live out your dreams. What are your dreams? Do you want to travel the world? Do you want time freedom? Do you want to be able to wake up and do what it is that you please to do at any time that is due, that you want to do? Not that, I got to be at work by 8 and clock in for somebody else and make somebody else millions of dollars. And if that's what you like to do, that's what you like to do, right? But take your vacations. Be able to go to the mall, be able to give your children whatever it is that their heart desires, if they deserve it. That's another thing. We'll talk about that on a later show. But if they deserve it, be able to, do those type of things for your children. Have yourself in a place to where, your credit good. You can get anything that your heart desires. And if you're able to do that with your 9 to 5, I know people that love their careers, right? If you're able to do that with your careers, then great. If you're able to live out your dreams, then great. If you're able to fulfill your purpose, then great. Do that. If you're watching this video and you're thinking to yourself that I don't have the ability to do that, I'm not living my dream, am I really happy? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, happiness is an inside job. But things is like we have to do the work on the inside of ourselves to be able to get into that space of happiness, to be able to truly say, yes, I am happy with my life and everything in it right now. You have to be able to, you got to go through these things. You got to get out the comfort zone. You got to go through the fear zone. You got to go through the people hating on you. You got to be able to brush those people off, let those people ride down your back. Like water sliding off of what they say, like water sliding off. Dang, I can't think of the saying. But But you know, like water sliding off a whale's back, or say a seal's back, something like that. I don't know, a wet seal's back or something like that. But you got to be able, you got to let stuff slide like that. You got to be able to get those people out of your head. You got to be able to move past that. You got to be able to accept challenges as what they are, opportunities to grow, right? Every challenge is an opportunity to grow. It's not there to hold you down. It's not there to be no stepping stone on top of your head and where you can't go no further. It's not there to be no ceiling, nothing like that. It's there as an opportunity to grow. I've been reading, and I'm going to leave you guys with this because I got like 4 minutes, and y'all know I got to get the Holy Covenant Asiatic Nation in. But I'm reading currently the 7 spiritual laws of success. And they were talking about the cause and effect, right? That's the third one, karma. It's like the cause and effect, conscious choice making, right? Conscious choice making. But it's saying like in everything, you got to understand that a lot of people don't like to accept the fact that whatever it is that you're going through is a result of some choice that you made in the past. You might not be able to pinpoint that because we make choices unconsciously. We make millions of choices every single day. Every second you are making a choice, whether consciously or unconsciously. The goal is to become conscious choice makers. The goal is to become consciously aware of every choice and every decision that you're making. That's how you control your karma, right? That's how you control that cause and effect. That's a universal law. It happens regardless. It's like gravity. You know what I'm saying? It happens regardless, right? But you have to become a conscious choice maker, right? And so, dang, I then lost my train of thought. So that's what I'm saying. It's like if you feel yourself in a challenging state, if you feel that you're going through a lot of ups and downs, if you ask yourself, if you feel like you're going through the same thing over and over again, that's the number one sign that you need to ask yourself, what is it for me to learn out of this? What do I need to learn? God, show me what it is that I need to learn out of this situation so I don't find myself in this situation no more. Right? So I can get past this obstacle. Challenges are only opportunities to grow. They come to us to teach us something. Life is a school, a continuous school. It comes to teach us something. And so if you don't ask yourself, if you can't find yourself, what is it in this for me to learn? What do I need to take out of this? How do I grow from this? You're going to keep finding yourself in the same situation. You're going to keep creating the same karma for yourself because you don't know how you created it in the first place. You got to become a conscious choice maker, a conscious choice maker. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the Truth Be Told tonight. Make sure you like, share this video, have some comments and everything like that. I'm gonna leave you guys with the Holy Covenant of the Asiatic Nation real quick, and then we'll be out of here. So, ye are the children of one Father, provided for by his care, and the breast of one mother have given ye suck. Let the bonds of affection, therefore, unite thee with thy brothers, that peace and happiness may dwell in our Father's house. And when we find ourselves separated in the world, remember the relation that bindeth you to love and unity. And prefer not a stranger before their own blood. If thy brother's in adversity, assist him. If thy sister's in trouble, forsake her not. So shall the fortunes of thy Father contribute to the support of his whole race, and his care be continued to you all in your love to each other. Peace.